roll up cook.
All down the St. Antonio.
I'm a boogie, 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 boogie man. You'd have to walk in my shoes to really understand.
After retiring from the music business for 25 years, I'm back in action. They call me the Boogie Woogie Man, and my hands sometimes get sore. But I stop the pain with Flex 24. You can patch it, you can tape it, you can roll it. It works for me, it can work for you. Recover fast, naturally. Get yours today at flex24.com.
Introducing the limited edition God Bless the USA Bible, inspired by Lee Greenwood's hit song and the most recognized patriotic anthem in America, God Bless the USA. The God Bless the USA large print leather-bound King James Bible also contains America's founding documents, the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance, along with a handwritten chorus to Lee Greenwood's song, God Bless the USA. With its large print and slim design, this Bible invites you to explore God's Word anywhere, anytime. The God Bless the USA Bible makes the perfect gift and cherished family heirloom keepsake to pass on to future generations. Designed for an easy reading experience in the trusted King James Version translation, this large print Bible is perfect to take to church, Bible study, work, and for traveling. Order yours today at GodBlessTheUSABible.com.
From the Troubadour in Nashville, Tennessee, welcome to Country Box 25. I'm Mark Abrams, along with the two-time NFL All-Pro Albert Hainsworth. And joining us tonight is Mike Rogers. And, guys, we have a tremendous and a historic fight card for you tonight in our main event. 59-year-old former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Oliver McCall, comes back in the rings. He takes on Stacy Frazier. Oliver McCall, you've been with him. You've seen him the last couple months since he's been here. What we saw the other night from Mike Tyson, I think we're going to see explosive action out of McCall tonight.
Well, I'm just glad. I'm glad that Oliver knows who he's fighting right now, because he sized me up twice, thinking I was the guy that he was fighting. I was like, no, sir. Like I'm a professional football player. I retired. I'm not doing this anymore. So you're set for your guy who you're going to fight. But I'm looking forward to Oliver McCall, because we've been seeing him in the gym and how he's been preparing. And I think it's going to be a whole lot better performance than my champion and Mike Tyson and what he put on.
Mike, Stacy Frazier's the guy. He's being overlooked. We're talking about McCall and his record. We just celebrated 30 years of him being the former champion of the world. Stacy Frazier's guy, big guy, 6'5".
6'5", 221 pounds. Yeah.
16 wins, 15 knockouts.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a tough guy, and he's got a big task tonight with Oliver McCall. I've sparred Oliver McCall. Whenever you said you were sizing him up, I was like, I'm glad for that. Oliver McCall is the only man to ever make me cry sparring, and that was just touching gloves to start the round. So I'm telling you right now, Stacy Frazier has his hands full. We'll see. It's going to be a good one.
That's our main event, but we have some terrific fights tonight. Isaac Carbonell in our co-feature taking on the 30-fight veteran Antonio Luis Hernandez, Albert.
Hey, I love to see Isaac Carbonell. He's been here maybe 3 times, I think, at least here on Country Box, and he's an extremely talented fighter. I mean, he has a record of 8-0 and 5 KOs, but this guy's going to go far in the league.
Second bout of the evening, we're going to see kind of a newbie here on Showbox, Joel Matumbo from the Congo, 6-0, 4 knockouts, now fighting out of Indianapolis, taking on a Country Box veteran in Kevin Torian, Mike.
Yes, I will say this. Joel has dynamite in both hands, so he's going to be ready for this. I've seen Torian fight a couple of times. I actually worked his corner in one of the fights here. He's a strong guy. He's a big guy, but they're both big guys, and they're both equally matched as far as stature goes. Size, weight, reach, everything pretty much is virtually the same. So this is going to be who wants it more.
This fight has explosive fireworks written all over, however long that goes. And in our first fight, we're going to have Sean Hemphill, who in his last fight fought the current IBF super middleweight champion of the world, William Skoll, and he took him the distance. But we have a great musical act tonight, Justin Andrews. And to get the night started, let's throw up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the legendary Troubadour Theatre here in Nashville, Tennessee, for the historic and record-breaking 25th installment of Country Box, where music meets boxing. Presented to you by Jimmy Adams Promotions, where tonight, folks, Oliver McCall truly will set a world record when he steps into the ring in our main event. This evening, we have 6 big professional boxing matches for you. We want to welcome our newest viewers watching us on USA Today channels, including Fire TV, Freevee, Sports.tv, Plex, and True TV Plus, and our newest partner, Do Ya Media, featuring 39 channels around the world. For everything Country Box, including schedules, videos, and news, make sure you check out countrybox247.com. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Dr. David Roach Dentistry. Country Box also recognizes Clean Eats, providing meals for all the Country Box fighters, signed to Jimmy Adams Promotions, and heartfelt thanks to owner Will Russ. Lastly, we want to give a big shout out to State Farm and the David Brown office of State Farm. Thank you very much. Folks, before the fight starts, we want to welcome to the stage singer, songwriter, country music star, my friend, Justin Andrews.
It started way back in 3rd grade. I used to sit beside Emmy Lou Hayes. Her pink dress, matching bow, and her ponytail. She kissed me on the school bus, told me not to tell. Next day I chased her around the playground. Yeah, across the monkey bars to the merry-go-round. Yeah, Lemmy Luke got caught passing me a note. Before the teacher took it, I read what she wrote. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. How you doing, Country Box? Yeah, now we're grown up and she's my wife. We're still like two kids with the stars in our eyes. Ain't much changed, I'm still chasing me Lou. Up and down the hall, around the bed in our room. Last night I took her out in a white limousine. 20 years together, she still gets to me. Well, I can't believe it's been that long ago since we got started with just a little note. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. You check yes or no. You check yes or no. You check yes or no. I hope everybody's having a good night out there. Y'all ready for some boxing? Well, I was driving through Georgia in late July on a day hot enough to make the devil sigh. Saw a homemade sign written in red, Ron County Watermelon Festival ahead. Yeah, well, I wasn't in a hurry, so I slowed down, took a two-lane road to a one-horse town. Was a party going on? When I got there, I heard a welcome speech from a small town band. He said we got 100 gallons sweet red wine made from the biggest watermelons on the vine. If you sing the song, but obey the law. If you drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. Yeah, then the band started playing Watermelon Queen. She said, let me show you something that you ain't ever seen. She grabbed me by the arm, said, come on, let's go. She dipped down, spun around, go, say, go. Yeah, then she rocked back on her heels, dropped down to her knees. She crawled across the floor and then she jumped back on her feet. She wiggled and she jiggled, beat all you ever saw. She said, this is how you do the watermelon crawl. Said we got 100 gallons sweet red wine made from the biggest watermelons on the vine. If you said the sun, but obey the law. You drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. Oh, come on, give me some of that, give me. If you're ever down in Georgia, late July, if you ain't in a hurry, man, you ought to stop by. I can guarantee you're gonna have a ball learning how to do the watermelon crawl. He said we got 100 gallons sweet red wine made from the biggest watermelons on the vine. If you said the sun, but obey the law. You drink, don't drive, do the watermelon crawl. Hey, have fun, you all, and do the watermelon crawl. Do the watermelon crawl. We're so happy to be here tonight. Thank y'all for having us, Jimmy. Thank y'all so much, Country Box. I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away? Settling down, would you marry me? Hell, if I asked you twice and begged you pretty please, was she to stand yes in a New York minute? Would never tie the knot, his heart wasn't in it. Stole a kiss as she rode away. He never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. Come on now. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. And I'll be wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, stealing a young girl's heart. It's just like dreaming, rolling. It's singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. I had a sidekick with a funny name, running wild through the hills, chasing Jesse James, ending up on the brink of danger, riding shotgun with a Texas Rangers. Go west, young man, haven't you been told California's full of whiskey? Women and girls leaving out all night beneath the desert stars, they're dreaming my eye and prayer in my heart. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. And I'll be wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, stealing a young girl's heart. It's just like dreaming, rolling. It's singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Oh, come on. Come on, I want y'all with me. I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. Hell, I'll be wearing my six-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive, stealing a young girl's heart. It's just like dreaming, rolling. You're singing those campfire songs. Oh, I should have been a cowboy. Well, I should have been a cowboy. I should have been a cowboy. Thank y'all so much. So highway's getting longer. Seems there ain't no inside. Sleep would be best, but I just can't afford to rest. Gotta ride in Denver tomorrow night. Called the house, but no one answered. For the last few weeks, no one's been home. I guess she's through with me. To tell the truth, I just can't see what's kept a woman holding on this long. And the white lines are getting longer, and the shadows getting cold. I'm much too young to feel this damn old. All the cards are on the table with no waste left in the hole. puts me on the field this scramble. Competition's getting younger, tougher bronze, you know I can't recall. The worn out tapes of Chris Ledoux, lonely women and bad booze, seems to be the only friends I've left at all. God bless Chris Ledoux. And the white lines are getting longer, and the saddle's getting cold. Line puts me on the field and stumble. All the cards are on the table with no waste left in the hole. Line puts me on the field this stumble. Lord, I'm puts me on the field this stumble. Country music lives. Out in the country past the city limit sign, well, there's a honky-tonk near the county line. The joint starts jumping every night when the sun goes down. They got whiskey, whipping, music and smoke. It's where all the cowboys go to boot school boogie. I got a good job, I work hard for my money, but hey, when it's quitting time, I hit the door running. Well, I fire up my pickup truck and let the horses run. I go flying down that highway to that hideaway, stuck out in the woods doing the boot school boogie. Oh, hear the door, do-si-do, come on, baby, let's go boot school.
We are back here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee. Mark Abrams, Albert Hainsworth, Mike Rogers getting ready for our sixth bout card. In our opening bout, Sean Hemphill out of New Orleans taking on Bryant McClain, who is from New Mexico. And 16-2, Sean Hemphill in his last bout. He took on the guy who's now the IBF super middleweight champion, William Skoll, and he took him the distance. Was a close fight. I actually was probably one of about 7 people who saw that fight. I'll get in that as the fight goes on. Mike, guy coming off Hemphill, coming off a fight where he fought the number 1 ranked guy in the world.
Well, he's proved that he deserves to be there by going 10 rounds with this guy. But not only that, he's going to be trying to make a point tonight with Bryant McClain. And I think that point's going to get made. We talked to McClain yesterday. He comes from a boxing family. Albert, he's here to get a real signature win on his record.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you get an audience and a platform like this, you want to definitely make the difference. So This is a show that he's not just here to be in the ring, but he actually wants to get a win and, dominate his opponent.
Well, we are ready for our action. Let's go up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, it's time for our first fight of the night. Now, entering the ring in the blue corner from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, Bryant McClain.
See McClain paying respect to his Irish and Scottish heritage. Well, Irish.
From Rio Rancho, New Mexico. 6'1", 175 pounds.
And now, entering the ring in the red corner from New Orleans, Louisiana, Sean Silky Hemphill.
The 29-year-old native of New Orleans, Sean Hemphill. Kid's a quality fighter. We'll get into his story as the fight progresses. Mike Rogers, take us through the tale of the tape.
Well, with Sean Hemphill, it's absolutely, he's 29 years old. He's 6'1", 172.8 pounds, and a record of 16-2. And then you have Bryant McClain, 6'1", 172 pounds, 6'5", 3.
There you have it. So we are ready to get this first fight underway. Let's go up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, we have a special attraction tonight. In our first fight of the evening, it's an 8-rounder in the super middleweight division, presented to you by Jimmy Adams Promotions. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 172 pounds, a veteran of 14 professional fights. From Rio Rancho, New Mexico, please welcome Bryant McClain. And in the red corner, weighing in at 172.8 ready pounds, hailing from the NO, New Orleans, Louisiana. His record is an outstanding one with 16 wins, just 2 losses, and 10 big wins by knockout. Please welcome to the Music City, Sean Silky Hemphill.
All right, listen up, guys. Remember, when I say break, take a step back, protect yourself at all times, watch your low blows in your headbutts. If there's a knockdown, I want the standing opponent to the neutral corner. That's the corner furthest away. Obey my command, touch gloves back to your corners.
Here we go.
6-round super middleweight bout. Sean McClain, 6'5", 1 knockout. He's in the, call it the Irish green skirt. Sean Hemphill got a record of 16-2 with 10 KOs. He's in the black. Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, Albert Hainsworth. We are underway with our first bout here at the Troubadour Country Box 25. So you see McClain stalking a little bit. McClain comes from a boxing family. His father was the former IBC Cruiserweight champion, Sean McClain, who was 23-8-1 with 21 knockouts.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good to, like, have a, a heritage behind you. That you've been in it. It's in your blood. So all you got to do is pick up and work hard, and he'd be able to do it. But like you said, like his last fight, he went the distance with the world champion. So that says a lot already.
That's Hemphill. We have a couple Seans here. We're getting our Seans mixed up here. Hemphill, like you said, he just lands a right hand. But, yeah, McClain, his father was a good fighter himself.
Yes, but his father isn't fighting for him.
No.
Yeah. He, with the record of 6-5 and 3 draws, out of that, he's been stopped twice. So he is susceptible. But to be honest with you, Sean Hemphill has been stopped before too. Back in January of 2023 versus a 11-0 prospect, David Stevens.
I was actually at that fight too.
So it's important that both of these men, they have something to prove here, and I think they're both going about it and doing it.
We're talking about Hemphill and that fight against Skull. I joked around I was probably about one of 7 people to see it. It was the first fight of the night on the Canelo Munguia card out in Las Vegas back in May. And I'm one of these guys, I'm one of these lifers, or you want to call me a boxing lifer, nerd, whatever. I was one of the first media guys in there long before Canelo got in the ring. And Sean Hemphill, who's managed by Adam Glenn, and William Skull were getting it on.
I remember you telling me that he was, he's definitely a prospect to watch. He's a hard hitter, and he doesn't go down easy. So I'm excited to watch him. He
actually comes from some fighting heritage. He got into boxing. His father was a kickboxer. Was Hemphill. He lands a 1-2 on McClain.
One thing I like to see what Hemphill should do. He looks a little like
that was a good right hand.
McClain. He has a soft body. He's a very soft body. I mean that kilt is holding. Hiding a lot of it. I would go to the body, and I think he can end this fight pretty early.
Mark, did you say that Hemphill had a background in mixed martial arts?
Well, his father was a kickboxer.
Oh, okay. Because actually McClain had 2 kickboxing bouts as an amateur.
Yes. 18 amateur boxing fights as well. As we come to the end of round 1, scheduled for 6.
Is your favorite song?
They're starting it early in the night.
Touching hand, reaching out, touching me,
Sweet Caroline.
Round 2 between Sean Hemphill and Sean McClain. It's a family affair in the McClain corner, as his brother Jake is his chief second tonight.
Hemphill appears to be taking the initiative to start closing the gap and really starting to lay down a little bit more leather. I don't think Bryant McClain is figuring him out yet. He's having a hard time getting around that jab.
Keep calling McClain Sean, that's his father, Bryant McClain.
Yeah, the one thing I like to see is that, Sean Hemphill, he started out coming to the body because, his corner definitely sees that the body is soft. I mean, that's the weakness right there. Not to say he's a young fighter, but, a lot of guys in their young career, they want to headhunt. But, if you kill the body, the head will die.
Joe Lewis.
Good left hook from Hemphill.
Sean reminds me of a tiger playing with his food.
He's taking his time. He's a patient fighter. The fight against Stevens, he had some real good moments in that fight. And a hard right and a left, and McClain is hurt. McClain is trying to cover up, and a right and a left to the body from Hemphill. McClain trying to fight back. 2, 3 more big shots. And Hemphill has McClain in trouble on the ropes. Big flurry from Sean Hemphill, and we can get a standing 8 here. No standing 8. Referee stepped in, but Hemphill is all over McClain. Good left to the body there. McClain tries to land 3 punches off the ropes. Mike, I think no more playing.
Yeah, I believe the playing's over. I'm going to be honest with you. It's almost like Bryant McClain is ready to sign.
And this fight is stopped.
It's done. He was getting hit harder than Willie Nelson hits a joint. I'm telling you, he was truly ready to do some major damage to him.
Score of the second round stoppage. Win number 17. Stoppage number 11 for Sean Hemphill. See his manager, Adam Glenn, in the black, trained by Jose Guzman. The dapper Jose Guzman. Guys, what do you see here?
I see a top-level world elite prospect just having a good time out there. You could see at the very end that McClain was ready to sign the papers. He didn't want to fight anymore. He was ready for the divorce to be done.
Yeah, like what I see is like he started going to the body. I mean, just those little body punches, just touching the body, it'll make a big difference instead of just hunting the head. So he started touching the body, and then of course, McClain started covering up, and then Hemphill started going back to the body. So then that opened. So he started dropping his hand, trying to protect that soft body. Then Hemphill started going back to the head, and that's what kind of knocked him silly, and that's what made the ref jump in to stop the fight.
We're talking about soft bodies. I think he was softening, no pun intended, McClain up, and then he went in for the finish, and good sportsmanship. McClain holds Hemphill up high.
And the irony is, it was just about maybe a minute before that, I said he reminded me of a tiger playing with his food, and then he went in for the kill.
Well, Joe Exotic, I guess, would be proud of Sean Hemphill now. So we are ready to get the time of the stoppage. Let's show up the ring announcer, J.T. Conway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first fight is in the books. Silky, let's get you over here, my man, so we can raise your hand. Your winner at 2 minutes, 15 seconds of the second round by referee stoppage, Sean Silky Hemphill.
Sean Hemphill goes to 17-2 with 11 knockouts. McClain now even up at 6-6-3. Get a stoppage, second round stoppage in our first bout. We'll be back with more Country Box just after this. We are back here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee, Country Box 25. So we got Sean Hemphill, one big puncher, on to this fight has knockout. I just don't know which way it's going to go with Kevin Torian, who we've seen both on the positive and negative side in fights here, taking Joel Matumbo, who's 6-0, Albert.
Well, I mean, like we said, we saw Kevin Torian come up, start on the Country Box. We've seen him a number of times. You know, he carries this big right hand. We saw him when he came out and had a great win with a guy he actually let loose. We want to see if he's going to do that again. But right now he's facing a very, not to say experienced, but a very talented fighter in Joel Matumbo that, you know, if he's not careful, if Kevin Torian's not careful, he could get knocked out with this guy.
I would agree. Matumbo, he's a very powerful puncher, but so is Kevin Torian. These first two rounds of this bout is going to be very interesting, and it's going to see whether experience and athleticism can get past that power. Now, if it goes past 2 and it goes into 3 and 4, Kevin's going to have a harder time.
So this should be an interesting contest as we get ready for Joel Matumbo, 6-0, 4 knockouts, and Kevin Torian, 2 big cruiserweights. They weighed in just over the limit to 200.6 for Matumbo, 200.2 for Torian, the cruiserweight limit. So it's going to be a very interesting thing. Mike, just put a bow on Hemphill. Very impressive performance.
Yes, very impressive. I tell you what, he wanted to make a statement, and he made it. He didn't come out there. He didn't play. The first round was a little, I'm going to fill you out, and then the second one was I'm just going to take you out.
As an athlete, Albert, you suffer a disappointing loss. How important it is to not only come back with a win, but an impressive win, an emphatic win.
Well, I mean, like, I hate to say it, bring it back to my Vols. When we went, I flew down to Georgia to watch that game.
Oh,
I know
down
Georgia
in
was going to be, down in Athens. Watching Georgia, I knew they were going to be tough coming off of a loss. And, I mean, they proved it. Like, when you come off a loss, you're going to come out of the locker room, you're going to come out of the ring, you're going to come out swinging. And that's exactly what they did. So that's exactly what he needed to do. But in boxing, you don't play boxing. Like, boxing is real. You're in there by yourself. You got your training, but you got to fill a guy out, then you go and dominate him.
I don't think you were too well received between the hedges, were you, down there on Saturday?
Never. That's all right.
Well, we are ready for our next bout of the evening. Let's go up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, we got one fight down. We got 5 more to go. It's time for our second fight of the night. I guarantee I'm calling this potential fight of the night. Now entering the ring in the blue corner from right here in the 615, your boy, Kevin Vito Torian.
"34-year-old Kevin Torian from right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nickname Vito. Let's see if he's one of Vito Matumbo today.
And now, his opponent, entering the ring in the red corner from Indianapolis, Indiana, Joe Matumbo.
Albert Hainsworth, take us through the tail of the tape.
Well, you see, like, Matumbo has a little bit of edge advantage. He's not having the height advantage, which is, strange for a guy, but he has a little bit of the weight advantage, and, of course, he has the record. Let's just see how he's going to handle a Vito Torian.
Well, there you have it. Let's show up the ring announcer, J.T. Conway.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second big fight of the night is scheduled for 6 rounds in the cruiserweight division and is brought to you by our guy, Jimmy Adams. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, and all 3 of those big wins coming by way of knockout. He weighed in at 200.2 pounds, fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee. Please welcome Kevin Vito Torian. And in the red corner, he weighed in at 200.6 ready pounds. He has a perfect record, 6 wins, no losses, 4 big wins, coming by way of knockout from Indianapolis, Indiana, via Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Please welcome the undefeated Joe Matumbo.
Trunks look good. You already got your shirts in the dressing room. This is my commands at all time. Protect yourself all the time. Touch gloves, go back to the corners, let it go.
Joel Matumbo, 6-0-4 knockouts.
Right, the fight's about to be right. Let's go.
In the black, white, and red, Kevin Torian got a record of 3-2, 3 knockouts. He's in the white and black. Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, Albert Hainsworth here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee. Torian was a guy, and Mike, you said you worked this corner. This is his 6th appearance here at Country Box, and he's been on the A side in the previous 5 fights. He came on. Matumbo, obviously, he was the second guy in there. Has to be a little humbling for the Nashville native.
Yes, and you have to admit that he is the least experienced in the two of these.
There's a right hand that already rocked Torian down to the canvas, ruled a slip.
Yeah, I don't think that was a slip though. It might have been called a slip, but it was a punch that really put him. His legs were wobblier than a baby doe deer in a mud farm.
Torian's kind of looking down as he's punching. I don't know if, obviously he's coming off a stoppage loss.
Well, Torian just got knocked out in the 4th round in his last outing, and it wasn't that long ago.
Yes, on September 7th to Slavomir Benzilich. That was up in Canada. Good right uppercut from Matumbo.
He's switching up, and he's swinging like he's got somewhere else to go. But not with any kind of measurement or any kind of agility. He's just throwing, hoping to land something.
Yeah, you see he's kind of pushing his punches and trying to get away. Now he turning orthodox is Torian.
Yeah, I'm going to see Matumbo, he's having to fill him out, which is it's going to be very hard for him to fill him out because he's a very unorthodox boxer as far as Kevin Torian. But again, he has power. I don't think he uses his power. I don't think he knows how to really put a punch together to be able to use that power, and that's when you're going to see the experience come in with with Matumbo.
So what Matumbo's doing right now is he's walking him down. He's just he's keeping him at a safe distance so that he doesn't get hit with one of those wild shots while he's still strong, and then he's going to step it up and he'll walk him down in the next maybe the 2nd, 3rd round. But he's already figured how he's going to win this fight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've seen Torian a bunch, 6 of his now 7 pro fights. He had 1 no contest in there. He's kind of looking down when he's punching. I don't know if he just doesn't want to get hit or just walk right in a jab and a right hand.
Well, you see, he doesn't have much of a guard right now. So that, he's not protecting his face. So it's pretty much an open swing.
He's boxing,
Yeah, so, you're going to see Matumbo just be able to jab, jab, jab. And it's going to, slow Torian down, and then he's going to be able to, Matumbo's going to be able to do what he needs to do.
End of round 1, Matumbo and Torian.
I got to tell you, it's an awesome song.
It's
maybe the best.
What do you think, Mark?
I can't wait until Justin Andrews starts playing again.
Hey, Justin, I've been trying to get Justin out here for at least a year.
Oh, wow. So there's an Albert Hainsworth connection to Justin Andrews.
A little bit. We're going to start seeing some more people in here, a little younger. And, because I'm here in Nashville, been here for 22 years off and on, so I know a lot of young artists that's coming up.
So Albert Hainsworth, former all-pro football player, involved in some outside businesses. Actually, we'll start this when we come back. Round 2 scheduled for 6 rounds between Matumbo and Torian. As we were talking on the break, as Albert was saying, our musical group, Justin Andrews, and we'll get to that in a second, as Torian and Matumbo are going at it here to start round 2. I think Torian is saying, what the heck, let me swing hard in case I hit something, kind of strategy.
Yeah, I would agree. He's just trying to throw whatever he has. I think he's already made the mental assessment. I can't beat this guy, so I'm going to throw everything I can just to see if I get lucky because I'm not going to be here long.
So Torian now, when a guy sits on the canvas like that after a slip for an extra 5-6 seconds, what's that tell you?
Tells you he's done mentally.
Good jab from Matumbo. It's tough to get good rhythm when you have Torian, who almost slipped over his ankle there. It's tough to get a good rhythm when you have a guy like Torian who's so unorthodox tonight.
I'm going to be honest with you. Torian is fighting like a novice boxer, and he's not boxing smart, and he's in way over his head.
Well, you know, like this.
Oh, big right hand, and down goes Torian.
He went down hard.
Let's see if he tries to get up. He gets up at about 6.5.
He's about to fold like a bad poker hand.
You know, think about Torian. Like, he started literally boxing around like 31. You know, so he's only been in boxing, 3 years. And the reason he said he wanted to box is because he was a bodyguard or security at different clubs. So, like, you got to think of the guy that started that late. I mean, 31. Heck, I retired from the NFL at 30. You know, I mean, I've been doing that for 24 years. So you could tell the novice in it. And when you get in there with a guy that's been in the ring, that's been, doing it, here you go.
He's taking some shots. He's
Matumbo starting to dominate.
I mean, it's just
Torian is done.
Yeah, I would agree. You could put a fork in him.
There's a left and an uppercut from Matumbo. Matumbo's just trying to get some space to land something good to end this thing. And the towel's thrown in. This fight is over.
That was a situation where the coach had to save the fighter from himself. The fighter was too tough for his own good. He had more toughness than he had skill.
Yeah, but the coach, they're good friends. He doesn't want to see his friend get demolished like he was, and especially, not only was he tired. I mean, he was getting beat a little bit. I think more about being tired with the shots.
It was a perfect right hand, Albert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got a good friend as your coach that wants to make sure your friend's okay, and that's what he did. That's what he did.
If he was a good friend, he would have made the match. I'm kidding.
Well, there you have it. Joel Matumbo. I wonder if he could wave his finger like Dikembe used to do when he used to block a shot. We asked him if there was a relation. He didn't really say if there was or not. They're both from Kinshasa in the Republic of Congo, so there could be some relation.
Yeah, he couldn't necessarily answer that question. He was saying family. He's like, yeah. And then it's like, do you know? I think he was saying, do you know him? It's like, yeah, but hey, yeah. They might. I mean, there's a big height discrepancy. If he didn't get all those genes, but.
I'll tell you, the thing that I'm really the most impressed about in that bout is the way that Dwayne Edwards, the referee, kept everything pretty much together. It was smooth. He didn't allow too much craziness to go on, and there could have been some serious craziness with the way that Torian was throwing those punches.
Well, in any event, Matumbo goes to 7-0 with 5 knockouts, and like I said, because of the way Torian was fighting, a very unorthodox. We really couldn't get a handle on Matumbo in terms of his skills and ability, but he did what he had to do in there, and he got rid of a lesser opponent. So 7-0, 5 knockouts, and maybe we'll see him back here in Nashville and Country Box.
Absolutely, and with experience comes patience, and we did see a lot of that tonight.
So 7-0 with 5 knockouts. Torian now 3-3. Second straight second-round stoppage of the card. We'll get into the meat of our card with Isaac Carbonell coming up next. Actually, after the fight, we're going to hear Justin Andrews, the protege of Albert Hainsworth that I found out.
Are you going to sing us a country song?
No.
Okay.
All my talents was just in football. I think that's it.
So football player, you do some businesses, you do some commentary. Now in the commercial, you're telling us about you're going to bring some of these artists here. So now it's Albert Hainsworth, music mogul.
No, it's not. It's just like, hey, I meet a lot of these young, talented, artists. Being out at the country bars that I used to go to. So, it's just like, hey, we got a great platform here. with boxing and country music. What's a better way to promote yourself but come on to Country Box?
A nice crowd here. Once again, Country Box 25. To get the time of the Joel Matumbo stoppage, let's go up to ring announcer Mr. J.T. Conway.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both fighters. How was that for some power punching action? We have your winner at 2 minutes, 42 seconds of the second round by corner stoppage. Your winner and still undefeated, Joel Matumbo.
Joel Matumbo.
Mr. Matumbo, let me grab you for a quick second, man. Tell me your thoughts after that outstanding performance. We're looking way up there at that camera, my man.
Yeah, I thank first, I thank Jesus Christ, and then I thank everybody come here tonight. It was a better performance for me. So, and then I thank everybody supports me on the social media, and my family, and the whole people of Congo, and then yeah.
Shout out to the people of Congo for sure, man. Now, how can people find you on social media? Because I know you got some new fans out here, man. What's your social media, Big Matumbo?
Yeah, my social media is on Instagram and Rabea Joel. Yeah.
I'm going to pretend like I know what you just said, man. Okay, I got it. We're just going to look up Joel Matumbo. Can I just get you to do it one time? Not in the house of Matumbo. Not in the house of Matumbo. That's got to be your new thing, man. Just do it one time for me. One time.
The Kembe is my main, so if I'm on my country, so Matumbo the Kembe, so.
Not in the house of Matumbo. All right, put your hands together, guys. Our guy, a new fan favorite here at Country Box. Speaking of fan favorites, keep clapping. We got our guy. He said he can play all night long. He's got 70 songs. Justin Andrews.
Rolling down a backwoods Tennessee byway, I got one arm on the wheel, holding my lover with the other, a sweet, soft southern thrill. Worked hard all week, got a little jingle on the Tennessee Country Box night, y'all. Couldn't feel better, and I'm together with my Dixieland delight. When I spend my dollar marching underneath the mountain moonlight, hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turned loving on a Mason-Dixon night. Fits my life, oh so right, my Dixieland delight. Let's light it up. Yeah, white-tailed buck deer, yeah, munching on clover, red-tailed hawk sitting on a limb, yeah, chubby old groundhog, yeah, croaking bullfrog, just as free as a feeling in the wind. I got a homegrown country girl, yeah, she gonna give me a whirl on a Tennessee Saturday night. Yeah, couldn't feel better. Well, I'm living in heaven with my Dixieland delight. Well, I spend my dollar marching underneath the mountain moonlight. Yeah, hold her up tight, make a little loving, a little turn loving on a Mason-Dixon night. Fits my life, oh so right, for my Dixieland delight. Y'all ready to wind it up? Well, spend my dollar parked in underneath the mountain moonlight. Yeah, hold her up tight. You make a little loving, a little tongue loving on a Mason-Dixon night. Fits my life, oh so right. My Dead Sea land tonight. Hey! Thank you. Here's a little song by one of my favorite singers. Yeah, we've been up all night long, trying to solve a problem. Early it's almost dawn. Ain't no time for sleeping when a love is rare and thin. Well, I ain't giving up. You ain't giving in. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. 'Cause this life we've been living gets harder every day. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. Yeah, wounded love walks a real thin line. In no communication, it'll kill it every time. Just open up your heart, baby, we can work it out. You got the kind of love people dream about. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. 'Cause this life we've been living gets harder every day. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. We pass the border right or wrong. We find a way to just hold on. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. 'Cause this life we've been living gets harder every day. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. Don't let love start slipping, love start slipping away. Every time I fall, I get back up again. Cinch my saddle up, find me another wind. Let it take me where it wants to go. Another one-horse town, another damned old rodeo. But I know this life is crazy, but I'll be home soon, baby. I ride in on a sunny day, sing you songs till your heart away like a cowboy. Hang my hat like I'm here for a while, take off my boots, drive you wild like a cowboy. So baby, no, I can't stay long. You wake up and I'll be gone. You chill and I hold on like a cowboy. Keep your picture tucked inside my old hat. Yeah, it brings me love. I need a bunch of that. This midnight winding road runs through my blood. I can't give it up. It's like a settled woman. Yeah, I know it's hard on you, but like I always do, you lie right in on a sunny day, sing you songs till your heart away like a cowboy. Hang my hat like I'm here for a while, take off my boots, drive you wild like a cowboy. Baby, you know I can't stay long. You wake up and I'll be gone. You chill and I hold on. Oh, like a cowboy. You lie right in on a sunny day, sing you songs till your heart away like a cowboy. Hang my hat like I'm here for a while, take off my boots, drive you wild like a cowboy. You like a cowboy. Like a cowboy. Like a cowboy. Every time I fall, I get back up again. Cinch my saddle up, find me another wind. Thank y'all again so much for us being here tonight. Jimmy, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Thanks for everybody that's putting this on. It's a great thing. This is like the third or fourth time that I've came, and I'm having a great time tonight. You always had an eye for things that glitter, but I was far from being big to go. I don't know how, but I scraped up the money. I just never could quite tell you no. It's just like when you were leaving Amarillo, taking that new job Tennessee. Well, I quit mine so we could be together. I can't forget the way you looked at me. Just to see you smile, I'd do anything that you wanted me to. And all this said and done, I'd never count the cost. It's worth all that's lost just to see you smile. When you said time was all you really needed, I walked away and let you have your space. 'Cause you then didn't hurt me near as badly as the tears I saw rolling down your face. And yesterday I knew just what you wanted when you came walking up to me again. And I told you that I was happy for you, and given the chance I'd lie again. Just to see you smile, I'd do anything that you wanted me to. And all this said and done, I never count the cost. It's worth all that's lost just to see you smile. I'd do anything that you wanted me to. And all this said and done, I never count the cost. It's worth all that's lost just to see you smile. It's just to see you smile. Somebody make some noise for all these boxers in the building tonight, y'all. Laying it all on the line out there. If you really want to know, she comes here a lot. She just comes to hear the music and dance. K-13 is her favorite song. If you play it, you might have a chance. But tonight she's only sipping white wine. She's friendly and fun-loving most of the time. Come on! But don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Blames her broken heart on every man inside on a straight tequila night. Here's a glass of Chablis, some quarters and change. Maybe you can turn her love life around. You won't need the salt or the lime anymore to shoot that old memory down. Just remember, heart song man, if you ever come back to see her again. But don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Blames her broken heart on every man inside on a straight tequila night. this fiddle, come on. But don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Makes her broken heart on every man inside. On a straight tequila night. Don't ask her on a straight tequila night. She'll start thinking about him, and she's ready to fight. Makes her broken heart on every man inside. On a straight tequila night. Where's my 90s country fans at? You got any out there? Anybody from Texas in the house? That lonesome Texas sun is sinking low. In the rearview mirror, I watch it go. I can still see the wind in your golden hair. I close my eyes for a moment and I'm still there. The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight. You're like the stars that fill the midnight sky. Her memory fills my mind. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Oh, can I make it right? The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight. Another town, another hotel room, another train that ended way too soon. You left me lonely way before the dawn, just searching for the strength to carry on. The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight. You're like the stars that fill the midnight sky. Her memory fills my mind. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Oh, can I make it right? The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight. The bluest eyes in Texas are haunting me tonight. Song for our Texas fans out there. flowers to your door last night. I done you wrong and I wanna make it right. Yeah, you say I'm not welcome here. I know it ought to be perfectly clear. I can't help but wonder what it might be like. Come on, sing it if you know it. If I had 2 dozen roses and an older bottle of wine, if I really could have hung the moon, would it change your mind? Well, if I could cry a little harder and get a little less sleep at night, if I had 2 dozen roses, would it change your mind? Lord, I must have been a fool back then, yeah, to lose something that you can't have again. I've done all that I know to do. You second guess my every move. I can't help but wonder what it might be like.
Yes. Sounds like a golfer name. Is there a golfer name there? Justin Andrews, that sounds like a golfer. Isn't there a golfer name? I play golf, but I ain't good at it. Yeah. Wear the hat? Hey, yeah. Wear the hat like a golfer.
We are back here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee. We're getting ready for Isaac Carbonell taking on Antonio Luis Hernandez. Guys, Carbonell is a 3rd appearance here at Country Box, Albert.
Hey, like I said before, this guy right here is dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, he's a guy that's going to go far. I just can't wait to watch his career. Again, he's only 8-0, and, I mean, he has a great record. He's had a long career in the amateurs. But he's a guy that has a lot of talent. Like, if he starts, like, literally sharpening up his tools, not saying that he doesn't have it, but as he gets older and more mature in the ring, you're going to see this guy go far.
And, Mike, we were talking while Justin Andrews was playing that great set. You don't think this is going to be a walk in the park for Cardinal?
It has the potential to not be. Antonio Luis Hernandez, 5'11" in stature. He's a strong guy. His last bout, he fought a draw with 11-0 prospect Juan Barajas, and I'm just going to tell you, if Carbonell takes this guy lightly, he might have a long night for him.
Well, before we get to that bout, we have some special presentations. There's a lot of dignitaries running around here in Nashville. So let's throw up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks. Hey, y'all are in for a treat. I am really excited right now. Tonight, we would like to congratulate our very own Hollywood movie star, who also happens to be the Country Box matchmaker. She's also the face of women's boxing, a legend, a pioneer in professional boxing, holding the WBC world title, and the first female inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, known as the coal miner's daughter, Miss Christy Martin. Now, we have some really cool news. Hollywood director David Michoud. Yeah, we'll go with Michoud. He just wrapped shooting of the biopic. This is so cool, y'all. Last Friday, about Christy Martin, starring Sydney Sweeney, and her co-stars with us tonight. He's appeared in such films as The Punisher, X-Men, I remember you from Alpha Dog, 30 Days of Night, The Messenger, Pandorum. Man, please welcome to Country Box, Nashville award-winning Hollywood actor, my guy, Mr. Ben Foster. And look, I know both of y'all are excited. You told me you're big American Idol fans. Y'all, while you're clapping, keep clapping. We got my man, Ian Tonji. Where's he at? The big fella. There he is, the winner of American Idol. Guys, we got a lot of superstar power in the building tonight. Miss Christy, would you like to say anything to the folks? Tell them about Country Box. What's your deal with Country Box? I know, but tell the people.
You know, I'm just grateful that everybody keeps coming out week after week to support Country Box. It just keeps getting bigger and better. And, you know, the sky's the limit. We're just going to take this to the top. Many world champions are going to be built right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
I like it. Thank you, Miss Martin. Hey, Ben, let me holler at you real quick. Now, this card said, I told you, I just read what the card says. It said Nashville award-winning Hollywood actor. You from Nashville?
We live here, sir. Yes, we're local.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, hey, I tell you what, you were a scary dude in Alpha Dog. Y'all remember Alpha Dog? Were those tattoos real? Is the pistol really on your hip?
Yeah.
To be determined.
It's a Cary state.
Hey, tell us about your role here with Country Box, your role with this movie, as a matter of fact. What you're doing with Miss Martin and kind of the background of why you're here tonight.
I'm here to support Country Box, but most importantly, the great Christy Martin. Legend!
An absolute legend. You're a legend yourself, my friend. All right, well, I'm just honored to be in the ring with y'all. If you don't mind, hang out in the ring with me. We're going to go ahead and walk the next fight. John, you all right over there, buddy? John's coming up the steps fast, man. All right, here we go. Now entering the ring in the blue corner from Kansas City, Missouri, Antonio Luis Hernandez.
This is 25-year-old Antonio Luis Hernandez from Kansas City, Missouri. Got a deceptive record of 7-19-4, 4 knockouts.
And he's been stopped 8 times. But like I said, in that last bout, he fought to a draw with a prospect.
And now entering the ring in the red corner, fighting out of right here in the 615, representing Nashville, Tennessee, Isaac Carbonell.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
30-year-old Isaac Carbonell from now living right here in Nashville, Tennessee, by way of Cuba. Mike Rogers, take us behind the tail of the tape.
Well, you have Isaac Carbonell. He's 30 years old, 6'2", a huge light heavyweight, 175 pounds, 8-0. Obviously, he's going in against the young 25-year-old, 5'11", 173.6, Antonio Luis Hernandez.
Well, we are ready for Carbonell and Hernandez. Let's go up to ring announcer JT Conway.
All right, folks. Hey, that was fun. I promise this one is going to be a banger, our co-main event of the evening. Scheduled for 6 rounds in the light heavyweight division, presented to you by the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Adams. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a veteran of 30 professional fights, weighing in at 175.6 pounds, hailing from Kansas City, Missouri. Please welcome Antonio Luis Hernandez. And in the red corner, weighing in at a trim, ready, 175 pounds. His record is perfect. 8 wins, no losses, 5 big wins by way of knockout. From Nashville, Tennessee, by way of Cuba, please welcome the undefeated Isaac Carbonell.
All right, trunks look good. You got your instructions in the dressing room. Listen to my commands all the time. Protect yourself all the time, all right? Just gloves and go back to the corner and let it go.
Watch and see, watch and see. It's got fight of the night written all over it.
6 rounds, light heavyweight Isaac Carbonell, 8-0, 5 knockouts. He's in the white and red. Antonio Luis Hernandez, 7-19-4, 8 knockouts. He's in the blue and black. Mark Abrams here ringside at the Troubadour Nashville. Country Box 25 with the two-time All-Pro Albert Hainsworth, Mike Rogers, and we are underway. Mike mentioned about the draw with Barajas that Hernandez has, but he has several other outstanding results on his ledger here. He's got a win over 9-0 to Stein Butler. He's got a win over 4-1 Gorjan. I mean, a couple fights back, he had a draw with Keontae Irving, who's a big prospect out of the Pittsburgh area. So 7-19-4. Don't sleep on that, guys.
Absolutely, he's the kind of fighter that can slip up on you. He's got a record that you think, oh, this is a safe fighter, but it's one of those deep dives. If you don't really cover who he's fought and how he did with them, you're not going to really know a lot about this guy. And there's a lot to him.
Albert, we've seen Carbonell. This is his third appearance on Country Box.
Yeah, and like one thing out of Carbonell, like I don't think he takes anybody lightly. He's going to come in and handle business, like regardless if he's fighting the super light heavyweight, like champion of the world, or even if he's fighting Mike Tyson. I think he's going to come out and he's going to fight. So like, I know like Hernandez has some experience being been around with some great fighters, but just not take Carbonell lightly.
Carbonell had about 250 amateur fights, was on the junior national team in Cuba. And like as he lands the left to the body, like some of the Cuban nationals, they get here to the United States. There's about 6 or 7 of them right now here in Nashville.
Cuba, they put out so many great Olympians. Felix Savon, Tefilio Stevenson. I mean, Cuba was a hotbed, still is, for a lot of talented fighters.
With the stable that Jimmy Adams Promotions and Country Box is amassing here with Hermes Orta, Fernando Cuza, Maidel Sando, Molina, who we will see next month make his reappearance here at Country Box. I'm starting to call this place Guantanamo, Tennessee.
Hey, I'll take it because we got some great fighters with some great talent that can go far, and they're going to make a difference in the boxing world, and it's all coming out of Nashville.
Jimmy and Ashley Adams.
These fighters look to be very evenly matched, regardless of the differences in their records. They're both very talented fighters, and you can see the experience, the amateur experience in Carbonell. He's taking his time.
One in the books. We're back here, the Troubadour Nashville, Tennessee, round 2. Scheduled for 6. Isaac Carbonell and Antonio Luis Hernandez. And Carbonell drops Hernandez. I think it was the right hook. And he finished up with a straight left hand, did Isaac Carbonell. Carbonell, as Mike pointed out, has been stopped 8 times, 8 of his 19 losses. See if Carbonell puts his foot on the gas to begin round 2. Good left to the body and a straight left upstairs. A right hook and a straight left.
you can already see a little bit of redness, like on Hernandez's right eye.
It's one of those things, Mike, where maybe he caught him by surprise to start the round.
He started off strong for sure. It looks like he wants to pick up the pace. He might have been lulling us in that first round, but now he's going to show the real power.
Good left to the body from Isaac Carbonell, who's coming off a unanimous decision, 6 rounds over Twan Smith right here September 17th.
Hernandez definitely has fight in him, though. He's coming back strong.
Like we mentioned, these Cuban fighters, uber talented. There's a good combination to the side of the head as he reaches for a right. That would be ruled a slip.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm noticing something with Hernandez. When he jabs, he drops that left hand almost every time, and that's where.
There's a straight left. That should be a knockdown, no?
Yeah, I would agree.
Rolled a slip. I thought a punch got in there.
I thought a few punches got in there. Like I say, like Carbonell, this is business. He comes here, he's not smiling, he's not, like shaking hands, being a politician. He's a guy that's going to go out here and he's going to do work. He's going to get busy.
And we see ringside his childhood neighbor, the undefeated junior welterweight Hermes Orta, urging Carbonell on straight left to head, drives Hernandez back. And Carbonell has Hernandez going backwards here in round number 2.
Yeah, you think like Hernandez think he's going to like land something that's going to change the fight. Hey, Mike just popped up.
See some of the action. Here's the knockdown. It was a straight left that sent Hernandez to a knee.
He's so strong with that jab. It makes me wonder if he's really a southpaw boxer. Maybe he's just learned to fight that way. He's a strong young man. He's got a good left hand, but he's got a good right hand too.
That's like kind of like. I've never really boxed, of course, professionally or anything, but when I train, my right hand is my strong hand, but I led with the right hand because that jab can put a person down like easily. Then like as I was developing my left, then I know I could knock somebody out. But the right hand's going to, it's going to keep getting damage.
There's several fighters who fight, and as we start round 3, who fight that way, namely Oscar De La Hoya, who's a left-handed fighter who always fought orthodox. His power hand was his left hand. That's why he had one of the best left hooks in the past 25, 30 years. You start round 3, Isaac Carbonell scored the knockdown in round 2. Had Antonio Luis Hernandez hurt and on the run several other times.
Yeah, right now I think he's like boxing safe because he wants to get inside. Again, I think Carbonell should start jabbing his way in with that right hand because that literally puts a whole lot of pressure on Hernandez.
I would agree, and it looks like Carbonell is to the part of the fight where he's breaking his opponent down. He's working upstairs, downstairs. There it is.
There's another left.
He's down again.
Let's see if this is good. This will be scored a knockdown. Rightly so.
Yeah, Carbonell, he's going to swarm you, and he's going to keep throwing punches until you're down.
And Hernandez keeps slipping and sliding all over the place here down to his knees.
He's definitely getting frustrated, and rightly so.
Good right hook upstairs from Isaac Carbonell. Hernandez gets in right, combination again. And this is going to be scored the third knockdown, second of round number 3 for Isaac Carbonell.
Rightfully so. like he hit him with some nice strong punches, and he went to his knees.
Isaac Carbonell fully in control over Antonio Luis Hernandez in round 3. Hernandez trying to fight back. Futile effort, right hook from Carbonell. Hernandez misses with a right hand.
That's the one thing I wanted to see Carbonell do, just, to get more experience in the ring and start.
And the left hand missed, but the right may have got in. Here's knockdown number 3. Mike Rogers, who's scoring. The ink may run out on your pen here. All these knockdowns.
Well, Carbonell, that's what he got to do. He's got to lean on the fighters. If you got a shorter guy, that wants to, keep going down because he's shorter, but those are punches that keeps landing.
And end of round 3, scheduled for 6. Carbonell and Hernandez.
So my unofficial scorecard, I've got it 3-0, 30-23 for Carbonell. The only way Hernandez has an even remote chance of winning this fight is by knocking Carbonell out.
Well, two things. When scores are like that early, our old good friend Bobby Ches used to say Hernandez is at the point of no return. And you said remote chance. I see remote walking out the front door here at the Troubadour.
I think he's already left. I think he's over at Music City.
Yeah, I would agree. He's down at Losers getting him a cold one.
We are back here. Start round 4, but there won't be a round 4 as the corner of Antonio Luis Hernandez has pulled the plug on the fight. Looks like a stoppage after round 3 for Isaac Carbonell. Win number 9, stoppage number 6. I don't know what they're arguing about here.
Yeah, I don't know. He was outmatched. Like I said, Carbonell is a guy he comes in, he does work all the time. Doesn't matter who he's against. He's going to sit here and he's going to throw, and he's going to throw with power.
I don't know what they're arguing about. I mean, the only thing I could think of is at the end of round 3, Carbonell lifted Hernandez up, and when he put Hernandez down, Hernandez kind of like shoved Carbonell, which was probably the best contact he had of the fight. And
I'm not even sure why he did it, to be honest with you. Why he picked him up. That was a little much.
A lot of wasted energy.
Wasted energy, and it's just it's a bad sportsmanship. But regardless, it shouldn't result in this.
Well, hopefully it's just a corner that's like, hey, all right, you had enough. Like he's only 25. He has a long career to test a whole lot of boxers that's going to be coming up in the ranks, and that's good. But he got outmatched by a guy, Carbonell, who's been in 250 amateur fights, and he's saying no. He could have came out a lot earlier.
Yes.
But again, he got that experience, like who he is, and you can see that experience in the ring.
I would agree.
And I think out of the 3 fights we've seen, Carbonell, this has been his most impressive performance. He came out with a vengeance. I think we're going to see him back on maybe December 17th. So he's no worse for the wear. Should be good to go.
Yeah, I can see Carbonell definitely on a fast track to a title fight, because this guy is a real deal. I mean, our Cuban fighters are all on a fast track to
Well, it's because of the experience, the amateur experience. I'm sure we're going to see Fernando Cuza in step-up fights sooner rather than later, and he's just 24 years old. Hermes Orta's 22, I believe. Carbonell and Sando are kind of like the parents of the group.
They definitely are. But you can see how they take everything serious. They come in and fight. like, you know, our last fight 2 weeks ago on the, I want to say it was on the 2nd, November 2nd, we saw Kuza. We saw a different Kuza that came out and, like, not showboating, you know, not doing his little Ali impressions. He went out there and he did business.
I think there was an Oliver McCall influence there, but we'll get to that. Let's get the official decision. Let's go up to ring announcer Mr. J.T. Conway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we had some excellent action. After not answering the bell after the 3rd round, your winner, one member of the Cuban Missile Crisis, and still undefeated, Isaac Carbonell. Isaac, come here, my man. Let me talk to you, brother. Now, I've been working on Duolingo, so I'm going to try to say this in Spanish, okay? No, I can't do it, man. Hey, you want to give a shout-out in Spanish and then tell us in English how you feel about this fight?
I feel amazing. Training camp is good. Thank you for these beautiful people come to see me fight. Thank you, Ashley, Steve, Jimmy, my team, Hermes, Leal, my Dale, my sponsors, every clinics, Kusa, you know.
Wow, there's a lot of people. You're doing a good job, man. Your English is much better than my Spanish. I'm glad we went with English. Hey, what's the G23 with the process? Tell me about that.
You know, the process is my nickname, but you know, I always in this life is the process. That everybody, I need trust on the process. And G23 is a small family that every friend support when people need help, you know?
Man, I really like it, man. Hey, y'all put your hands together for my man. Trust the process, Isaac Carbonell. Hey, John, we got one more second.
We are back here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee, as Ryan Ziotaka taking on Raymond Chacon in our next bout. Should be an interesting fight. Chacon, who's a over 70 fight veteran, taking on Ziotaka, who's only had a few fights, guys.
Yes. Ziotaka, I think we did his debut, and the guy has a lot of amateur experience, and he can really, really fight. Going against Raymond Chacon, and he can fight too, but he's going to have his hands full because I'm telling you, Ziotaka is the real deal.
Yeah, Ziotaka is definitely a real fighter, and you look at only 3 knockouts or 3 wins, he's a real deal.
Well, let's get this fight started. Let's up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, we're going to keep it going now. Entering the ring from Torrance, California, Raymond Chacon.
I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crap from seeing to believing. Got it.
And now, entering the ring in the red corner, our country box favorite, fighting out of Fallsburg, New York, pretty boy, Ryan Ziotaka.
Ryan Ziotaka, Raymond Chacon. Mike Rogers, take us behind the tail of the tape.
Ziotaka, 19-year-old phenom, 5'8", 141.6 pounds, 2-0 record. He's up against Raymond Chacon, 37 years old, 5'4", 139.2, 10, 65, and 1.
Let's hope the ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, our next fight of the night is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super lightweight division, presented to you by Jimmy Adams Promotions. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he's a veteran, oh my goodness, of 75 professional fights. This guy weighed in at 134.2 pounds, hailing from Torrance, California. Please welcome Raymond Chacon. And in the red corner, he weighed in at 141.6 pounds. His record, ladies and gentlemen, is perfect. 2 wins, no losses, 1 big win coming by way of knockout. Your favorite fighter's favorite fighter from Fallsburg, New York. Please welcome the undefeated pretty boy, Ryan Ziotaka.
All right, guys. When I say break, remember, take a step back, protect yourself at all times, watch your low blows in your headbutts. If there's a knockdown, I want the standing opponent to the neutral corner. That's corner furthest away. Touch gloves, back to your corners.
4-round junior welterweight, Ryan Ziotaka. He's got a record of 2-0-1 knockout. He's in the black trunks. Raymond Chacon, 10-65-1, 2 knockouts. He's in the blue trunks. Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, the 2-time NFL All-Pro Albert Hainsworth at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee. Country Box 25.
You know, I think like one thing you're going to see here with Ziotaka is he's going to like fill out his fighters again, but he's a very strong puncher. He's a young guy. He's only 19 years old, but he has the experience of a 25-year-old.
Agreed. What you're going to see from him is a lot of body shots. He goes to the body and then he'll come back up to the head. He loves those body shots.
And he had 185 amateur fights at Ziotaka, so you know, he's very experienced, like Albert said, beyond his years.
You know, that's the one thing I like of a young fighter. Like, we'll see young fighters always trying to headhunt, you know, but with Ziotaka, he's gonna go to the body. I think he likes the body a little bit more than he likes the head, because he knows that you go to the body enough with a guy, you know, like Raymond Chacon, he can like beat him in the body and then put him down early.
Chacon, 76 pro fights, been in there with a ton of guys, a lot of guys that you know, are known commodities in the boxing world. He's an interesting guy outside the ring. He was telling us yesterday. He's a security guard at LAX Airport, and he takes care of a lot of the celebrities that go through there.
Yeah, he had some
we won't
awesome
mention names.
stories.
Yeah, we won't mention names, but
you know, but like the people that he's met,
yes.
you know, is like pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, he got a.
Like
he's met like 10 times more celebrities than I've met, you know.
I mean, the guys he was telling us about, some were cool, some weren't as cool, but these are like the top of the A-list he was talking about.
Yeah, A-listers.
Yes. By the way, Country Box 25, I expect when we get the Country Box 92, that the Hainsworth jersey's coming on.
I like that.
I like your thinking.
There's a right from Ziotaka as he pushes Chacon back. Good uppercut from Ziotaka. Chacon trying to fire out of the corner, and he holds on.
Ziotaka sees something. He's gone from trying to fill him out to throwing out the hard leather.
I talked to Ziotaka's father, trainer Herman, today. He asked me what I thought of him. Like, you know, kid's 19 years old, only has a couple fights. You know, pretty ambitious to take on a 76-fight guy.
But that's how much they believe in, you know, Ryan Ziotaka. You know, pretty boy. Because he can fight. I mean, he can fight, and they want to kind of put him on the fast track to.
Yeah, to your point, though, I mean, you don't want to, if you've got a kid that's 19 years old and has this much talent as Ziotaka, you don't want him fighting a bunch of bums. You want him to grow. So you hit him with these challenges. And this is his 3rd fight, but you want to kind of gradually take these kind of challenges that's going to make him grow, because he has that kind of talent.
I personally think I could definitely see him age of 23, 24 fighting for a belt.
I would agree.
You know, just like keep them bringing along, keep putting like more experienced guys in front of him. Let's see how he handles it, and then you go from there.
I would agree. I think we're going to see a beautiful career out of this young man. The potential, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely has the potential. But you talk to him as a person. He also has his head about him.
It makes you want to root for him, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, at 19 years old, I mean, I got kids right in between that age, and to see him out here, really doing what he's doing is very impressive. He's a mature young man. And he knows what he has in front of him.
Round 2, scheduled for 4 rounds between Ryan Ziotaka and Raymond Chacon. Good first round for the young 19-year-old from Fallsburg, New York. It's a nice feint there. Had Chacon doubling over and even throw a punch.
But he's throwing with that body. He's throwing to that body with power. So he knows what it is.
It's almost like Ziotaka, as now he backs Chacon up on the rope. He's actually doing some of the moves and tactics of a 75-fight veteran, either with the feints and whatnot.
Well, when you've had 250 amateur fights, you pick up a lot of tricks.
And Ziotaka landing shots in the corner. Big right hand, and Chacon holding on. Back to the jab from the taller Ryan Ziotaka. And like I said, this is a fight where he's going to learn a lot because you got Chacon who's holding on, maybe doing a few things illegal in the clinch. I mean, you have to learn that stuff as a young fighter.
But he's breaking him down. Look at that. Oh, it goes back to the body, comes back up to the head.
You see the right hand from Ziotaka goes right over the head of Chacon.
See, that's that little bit right there with Ziotaka. When you got a shorter fighter that's coming in, putting his head down, him just like holding him down. That little stuff that wears on a fighter. That's one thing I wanted to see Carbonell do in the last fight. It's just put him down. You don't got to pick him up, not like that. But you want just like that little bit of wear. That's experience in the ring.
And it also saves him from headbutts, as we saw Katie Taylor dishing out to Amanda Serrano the other night.
Yes, that was a nasty, nasty cut. And the kudos to the cut man that kept her in the bout.
Spoken like a cut man.
Yeah, absolutely. The interesting thing is I'm ready for Ziotaka to go to the uppercut. He's got a good uppercut. When he needs to close that gap, go to the uppercut and take Chacon out of there. I think there we go.
There's some good shots on the ropes from Ryan Ziotaka.
You got to think, Ryan Ziotaka, he got the nickname Pretty Boy. He wants to stay pretty. He's not looking for any cuts or anything like that.
Was that your nickname when you played? End of round number 2, scheduled for 4, Ziotaka and Chacon.
I don't think I was a pretty boy, Mark.
No.
Yeah, I didn't want to play that way. It wasn't until my later years where I didn't wear like pads in my on my legs or anything. The only pads I wore was my shoulder pads, and they were small.
You didn't wear pads in your legs?
No.
Man, you're a beast.
I mean, you could like when you get to that level, you're like, and as like how like boxers get to that level, and the more they start fighting, you can see and know what a guy's going to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, really, my guy's going to talk to my teammates, talk me into, hey, why do you have like, I didn't wear many pads, but they're like, why do you have like your stitches in it? So literally my pants were, my pants, we took all the stitching out of it for the pad holding. So they were just like pants.
Round 3 scheduled for 4, Ryan Ziotaka, Raymond Chacon. Good right to the side of the head for Ziotaka. A little left inside for Chacon. Ziotaka trying to open up on Chacon, lands a right hand. He pushes Chacon back.
He's actually, Chacon has actually landed a couple of sneaky right hands.
There's a combination on the ropes from Ziotaka.
And what I know from Lee, his trainer, he's definitely going to like tighten up that defense. So those little sneaky rights that's landing from Chacon are not going to be any effective in the next fights that he has.
I've got the bout scored 2-0 right now, 2018. So if Chacon wants to win this fight, he's going to have to pick it up. But right now, I think he's fighting to survive.
I know why you got that in there, because we have not been able to go to your scorecards yet tonight.
Well, you know,
you just want to make sure the public knows that you are actually scoring these fights.
That's right. Ooh!
There's a left that drives Chacon to the ropes. Ziotaka now opening up, and down goes Chacon. He takes a knee. Maybe you knew that a knockout, possible stoppage was coming.
That's right.
Did they not rule that a knockdown?
They did not rule that a knockdown.
They did not rule that a knockdown.
Anthony Bryant, who's the referee, should have called that a knockdown.
There's a left and a right to the body from Ziotaka. He should definitely go down to the body now and try to really soften Chacon up. He's got Chacon on the backtrack in the corner. Chacon holds on after eating 3 or 4 punches there.
There's an entire minute left. I think what you see right now, I see that Ziotaka is really trying to go for the knockout.
Now, Mike, what can Chacon do? What can Ziotaka do to not get tied up and try to get some sustained offense? He can maybe even get a stoppage here.
Well, it needs to not swarm him so close. Right now, what he's doing is he's getting so close that he's smothering his punches. He needs to fight at least an arm length distance so that he can really leverage those shots and get him out of there.
So this is a little bit of the 19-year-old in it, only 2 or 3 pro fights coming out in Ziotaka a little bit.
Right. He's getting a little excited, and he wants to get in too close.
Exactly.
And there lies the problem.
So you can see he's landing these great shots at distance, too.
He needs to follow that straight right with a left uppercut.
Chacon is used to putting in rounds. I mean, he went 6 rounds in his last fight with I believe it was 11-0 fighter or something. So I mean, the guy can go rounds.
I mean, he's only been stopped 9 times in 76 fights. So just by doing stuff like this, end of round 3, scheduled 4.
He's like the smaller version of Reggie Strickland.
Another Indiana guy.
Mark, I really think.
I think
somebody's picking on you.
I already knew where that was going.
I think somebody might be picking on you right now.
I gave the guy $50 if he would play it every round.
they have it on a loop here, I think.
I mean, great song, but sometimes you don't want to hear it all the time.
Might be a licensing thing.
I have a feeling for my birthday, Albert's can get me Neil Diamond's greatest hits.
And it has all that song 10 times.
That's it.
And that would be funny.
4th and final round.
I've got it scored 30-26, so 3 rounds to nothing. He's going to have to knock him out.
So you actually did score a knockdown there.
I did.
There's a right from Ziotaka. Ryan Ziotaka in the black and white. Raymond Chacon in the blue and white as he stumbles across the ring after eating a left hand and eats another right.
I wish he would have fired that body shot.
Ooh. There's a good right over the top. And a stoppage. Referee doesn't score a knockdown, but yet scores a stoppage.
It was peculiar.
It is what it is, but obviously we saw Ziotaka taking it.
Here's the end. There's the left that rocked the. Actually, this is earlier in the fight. That was the knockdown that wasn't scored that Mike Rogers gave the knockdown to. Here's, again, some more damage being done. Here's the end. There's a big right hand, and I think the referee had seen enough after that right hand.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little premature, but I think rightfully so. That you have a guy that was outmatched, been in with, 77 fights. He was outmatched with a nice, young 19-year-old who has a whole lot of talent. So I think it was rightfully so.
Well, to give us the time of Ryan Ziotaka's third win and second knockout, let's throw up to ring announcer Mr. J.T. Conway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we can have both fighters to the middle, we have a winner. All right, at 41 seconds of the fourth round, Country Box's newest favorite fighter, Pretty Boy Ryan Ziotaka.
See, Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, Albert Hainsworth, so Ryan Ziotaka. Very impressive. Again, Chacon is usually a real durable fighter, and Ziotaka is able, whether you agree with the stoppage or not, KO4 is on his record now.
It is, and that will look good on his record, but I don't agree with the stoppage. I think, every fighter wants to be able to stay in the fight. And he wasn't winning the fight by any stretch of the imagination, but the win would have been going the distance.
I want to ask Albert, being a young athlete, and obviously you at 19 years old, you were making All-American teams in college, to achieve something that maybe you didn't think, or maybe people didn't think you could do. What's you have to do for the confidence of a young 19-year-old athlete, Ryan Ziotaka?
Well, as everybody could see that Ryan Ziotaka, he took control of that fight. He was hitting Raymond Chacon with everything, and he was hurt. He was like dancing around. I mean, he was like in every rope. I think he touched every single rope. So I know it's like a little premature, but I think it's the right thing.
Well, we are ready for our next bout. Elon De Jesus and Dominique Griffin to bring the fighters in the ring. Let's throw up to ring announcer J.T. Conway.
All right, folks. We have one more fight, and then it's Oliver McCall time. But now, entering the ring in the blue corner from Irving, Texas, Dominique Griffin.
This is 38-year-old Dominique Griffin from Irving, Texas. Got a record of 5-7-2, 2 knockouts. Yet another durable fighter. Never been stopped.
But it's good to see these.
His opponent, entering the ring in the red corner, fighting out of Orlando, Florida, Elon De Jesus.
30-year-old Elon De Jesus.
I just followed this young man on Instagram. Very exciting fighter. Has a great personality. I went back and talked to him in the locker room. He's a guy that he can fight. He can fight, and he wants to show what he can do.
Albert Hainsworth, take us through the tail of the tape.
Well, as you see right here, we definitely have Jesus with the age advantage. About the same, almost close to the same weight, but the record says for his own.
Well, to get this bout started, De Jesus and Griffin, let's hope the ring announcer, J.T. Conway.
All right, folks, our next fight of the night is scheduled for 8 rounds in the Super Bantamweight division, presented to you by Jimmy Adams Promotions. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a veteran of 14 professional fights, weighing in at 123.4 pounds. He hails from Irving, Texas. Please welcome Dynamite Dominique Griffin. And in the red corner, he weighed in at 124.2 pounds. His record, 8 wins, 1 defeat, and 2 draws, with 7 big wins coming by way of knockout. From Orlando, Florida, please welcome Elon and Leon de Jesus.
All right, guys, this is an 8-round fight. When I say break, take a step back, but remember, protect yourself at all times. Watch your overloads and your headbutts. If there's a knockdown, I want the standing opponent to the neutral corner. That's the corner furthest away. Touch gloves back to your corners.
Here we go.
Elon de Jesus, 8-1-2, 7 knockouts. He's in the dark color with the white
It's like a
waistband.
little mixture. A mixture of black and blue.
Dominique Griffin, 5-7-2. He's in the green and white. He's actually wearing Philadelphia Eagles colors, and he's from Irving, Texas, which was the former home of the Dallas Cowboys. Not a Cowboys fan. I actually flew over. He was on the same. We were on the same plane. So I really was a big football fan.
Well, I can easily say you might be an Eagles fan. Is that right?
I hear you.
I mean, you're in the Boxing Hall of Fame of Pennsylvania and
Atlantic City.
out of Philadelphia, where a lot of fighters came out. Just say, hey, I'm with a amazing commentator and Mark Abrams.
Oh, stop.
But he's been like he kind of helped me along the ropes because this is my first gig doing in boxing.
I do what I can.
You're the best coach I ever had in boxing.
I thought you were saying anything.
I can't do that for you.
Elon de Jesus, his only loss was versus a guy by the name of Rajon Chance.
Yeah, Rajon. Yeah, they fought twice, a draw and a split decision.
Hey, did you know they were also amateur rivals?
Yes, yes, I do. Adam Glenn, who manages de Jesus, I have a relationship with him, and we talk about his fighters a lot. Oh, a big right hand from de Jesus. We said Griffin's never been stopped. And de Jesus, 7 of his 8 wins have come by stoppage.
Heavy-handed. But this is a different quality, a fighter in Griffin.
Albert, I'll bring you up to Philly. I'll get the Eagles fans to start liking you.
I mean, I've been up to Eagle games. Reggie White is the reason I wore number 92.
Yeah. Just not to get off the beat track too much. Derek Barnett scoring a touchdown last night for the Houston Texans.
That's my guy. UT, away of Nashville. Come from the high school Brentwood Academy.
Right hand misses for de Jesus. And also former Philadelphia Eagle first-round draft choice. There's another jab from de Jesus. What are you seeing early here, Mike?
I'm seeing, I'll tell you what it surprises me is how much Griffin is in this fight. He is not here just to pick up a paycheck. He is actually here to try to win this thing. I don't believe he's going to be going anywhere. I think this is going to be a long fight for de Jesus.
Well, he's got a win over a 6-0 fighter in Carlos Nunez. And he's been in with all these guys. Goes at this with Asa Stevens, Romel Cruz, who's a prospect out of Philadelphia. So he's a guy. He's a gritty guy in there. End of round 1, scheduled for 4 de Jesus and Griffin.
I mean, one thing we can see about Griffin. Griffin has a great body. He's in shape. He's ready to fight, and you can see that he's literally ready to fight.
Yeah. No, for sure. I flew over on the same plane as him yesterday on a connection flight. We were talking. He's a guy. He's in there. I mean, he's just because you see he's 5'7" doesn't mean he's one of these guys who comes to just take a paycheck and get out of here. He comes to fight.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we can see, a difference in a lot of these guys. Because they're just going to take a last-minute fight against a true, real prospect that you see that's going to be pay-per-view and all that. So this guy, he's going to go in there and he's going to test guys and try to get the win.
Well, guys like Griffin don't have to get in shape for a fight. They can take them easily at any given moment because they stay in shape. They stay ready for it.
I mean, his back. If you look at Griffin's back, you could really tell how in shape he is. Told me he does some warehouse work when not boxing. Dominique Griffin, 38 years old, 6-year pro.
You know, a guy that was like, you know, kind of like the Griffin, like not comparing him whatsoever, that always stayed in shape regardless of no matter what, is great Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Floyd Mayweather, he still runs 5-6 miles a day. Like this guy, I've been out with him, hanging out, and we're out at like say a club or something in Miami or Vegas or whatever. This guy's still out there going out, never touch a drop of alcohol, only cranberry juice. And then as soon as he leaves the club, he's gonna go put his running shoes on and he's gonna go run 4 or 5 miles.
That's dedication.
Hard work.
I think Bernard Hopkins is like that too, isn't he?
Bernard was very dedicated to his body and his craft.
There's only one Floyd Mayweather, though.
Well, actually, there was two. Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Floyd Mayweather Jr.
But, I mean, like, one that's, as you see, like, no matter what, he can get in the ring right now and challenge any guy in this weight class.
DeJesus is a 4-year pro, began boxing at the age of 9, had 35 amateur fights. You actually could see DeJesus at a prime boxing venue. He actually works as a bartender at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida, which hosts many boxing events throughout the year. As Griffin tries to jump in with a jab, that was a slip.
That was a slip. And Griffin is really doing a good job of putting himself in this fight. I mean, this is a good round for Griffin.
He said he's got wins over a couple guys with the good record, goes the distance, lost a couple split decisions. So right from DeJesus. I asked him what he knew about DeJesus when we were just hanging out waiting for the plane, and he say he knows he's 8-1. He's got 7 knockouts, but you know I've been in with guys, you know, with similar situations. He's flicking the jab out. End of round 2 scheduled for 4. DeJesus and Griffin.
Guys, I gave that round to Griffin.
That's good seeing them, you know, on the B side to go out and, like, you know, really fight.
Yeah, I got it tied up, 19-19, 2 rounds, 1 round each. So Griffin he's here to he thinks he can win this, and that last round kind of made me think maybe he can too. Sometimes when you have a fighter like DeJesus that has the ability to knock people out with anything they hit them with, they're not as busy as they need to be, and in a 4-round bout like this can get away from you real fast.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So, like, he got to get busy a little bit, you know, because to stop really relying on that one punch to knock him out. But, you know, again, Jesus, he got some power, so he can end it very quickly.
Yeah, it only takes 1 shot.
Round 3, scheduled for Elon DeJesus and Dominique Griffin. The penultimate fight to our main event, Oliver McCall and Stacy Frazier.
Good body work by Griffin.
This is one thing we need to see DeJesus, like, where Griffin doesn't steal the round, because he's going to come in and try to hold, and he's going to act like he's like ducking in, going to, like, you know, try to hold again, but he's going to land those 2 body shots like he did.
Well, according to Mike Rogers, he did just that in round 2.
So far, he's winning this round too. I mean, DeJesus needs to let his hands go. He's relying too much on power, and sometimes when you've knocked this many people out, 7 out of his 8 fights, he thinks it's going to come, and you got 4 rounds. You cannot wait for it. You have to continue to box and let it come.
A lot of fighters, they'll say they don't go in looking for the knockout. Do you believe them?
Absolutely. Every time I've ever looked for a knockout, Mark, I never found it.
I'm just going your point last. You just said that he thinks the right hand is going to land, and at some point during the fight, Griffin's going to fall. You were saying that he had that mindset. I believe that's what you just said,
That's
right?
absolutely what I said.
So he thinks he'll go in. I don't know.
He thinks he can give up the rounds.
Yes.
He thinks he's got the rounds to give up because he can knock them out. That's a good way to lose a fight.
Yes.
James Butler was a great example of that. He fought one 4-round fight versus who was the guy that he ended up punching in the mouth later on.
Yeah,
But you know who I'm talking
yes.
about. Butler was a big puncher, and he didn't throw enough punches and would let this guy outpoint him.
Yeah, we've seen that here, and like what our judges like to see is busyness.
Yeah, and you see Griffin, not to interrupt you see Griffin just popping the jab, moving away.
Yeah, like it definitely like the Jesus. He got to cut out the ring. You know, if I can talk to him, because this could be a close fight.
Griffin is controlling this fight.
Like, one thing here, we're going to see, like, we have judges that love power punches. And, right now, the Jesus has definitely landed more power punches. We have some judges here that it's going to they like the busyness of Griffin. That's when you put it in human error.
So if my calculations are right, Griffin just went up.
Who am I to question your math? So this fourth round should be interesting.
Yes, I would
One
agree.
way or another.
Well, De Jesus, by my card, needs a stoppage to win or win the round to draw. And he's not showing me the desperation that he needs. I think in his mind, he thinks that he's ahead, or he thinks he's going to catch him. And his coach needs to be in his face going off right now.
Can't leave. That's the one thing, like similar to football, boxing, everything. Don't leave any energy left. You put it all out.
I would agree.
Round 4.
And let me tell you what, De Jesus will regret it forever if he has energy after this fight and realizes he's lost the decision.
There's a left from De Jesus to start the round.
I like the stance. I like how Jesus was doing, standing back and could be able to give it a power, but he got to be able to, when Griffin comes in low, he got to be able to give him an uppercut.
Two trainers here. Jose Guzman for De Jesus. Javier Ortiz for Dominique Griffin. Good right hand from De Jesus. And another one.
He needs to score a knockdown here.
See Elon De Jesus stepping it up a little bit here in round 4. So right hand from De Jesus.
He's stalking him now. He's
There's a sneaky right from Griffin.
There's not enough desperation in his actions.
Well, like how we saw De Jesus, how he started out the round, I think that's how he needs to start finishing the round, because now he started standing, not, leaning his head forward where Griffin can score a little bit.
He shouldn't even be taking a backward step.
Again, he's thinking that he has it sold up.
Oh, Griffin lands a combination on the ropes.
This right here could change the fight.
I would agree.
And those little punches, those are snapping his head back at De Jesus.
Double jab from Griffin.
I wouldn't be surprised with, like, right now with our judges. Are they probably giving this round to Griffin right so far?
He's definitely taken control back over the round for sure. But I don't know. He didn't do a whole lot of work in the beginning.
There's a right from De Jesus. Misses with the left hook. 20 seconds ago, round 4.
You know what? This is what I like to see the fans vote in. So we see another round.
I don't believe I've ever seen that.
Why not?
I don't know. I think at one point there was a deal where they would go an extra round if it was a tie.
Oh, so we're going 5 rounds.
Okay, 6.
Oh, we're going 6 rounds. All right, just perfect. We had on our thing it was going to be like 4, but I'm glad that we're seeing 6 rounds because it's been super close. So I want to see how each fighter is going to come out and treat these.
Well, I've got it tied 38-38 going into the 5th round. So that was why we weren't seeing the desperation that we thought we needed to see out of De Jesus, because we thought it was a 4-round bout. This is a 6-round bout. That changes things. He wasn't as desperate as we thought he needed to be.
Round 5, Elon De Jesus. The blue and black. Dominique Griffin in the green. So left hook from De Jesus.
He's getting a little busier, but Griffin is not, taking a backward step. He just he buries his head and goes into it. Very strong and very busy.
Yeah, but we need these, like, again, like how we saw the last fight. We want to see Jesus come up with some uppercuts.
Uppercut
Just
right
like
there.
that. Yes.
Good call.
Another one.
You want to keep his head up. So you know that, like, diving into hold on is not going to help you.
So left hook from De Jesus, who turns southpaw. That gives Griffin the opportunity to land a straight right hand down the middle.
He's pot shotting De Jesus every time he tries to come in with that shovel jab.
Saying Griffin is?
Yes.
I think it's like not something like Jesus practice a ton is going, southpaw, but like it's a way you can get your guy.
Sometimes when you have a fighter like a Marvin Hagler that can just switch from southpaw to orthodox, they do it so smoothly you can't even tell it's happened. But it's hard. It's really hard to do and do it effectively. Very few fighters can do that.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree. Like me playing football, I was a right tackle. Like I was a defensive right tackle. But like when I went in left, everything was backwards for me. So like, if you can learn that and be fluent in both positions or both stances, you can go very far.
I would agree. It definitely throws you off, but it's a very hard thing to learn.
Left to the body from De Jesus. Now Griffin, who's been a southpaw all night, for most of the fight, he's switching back and forth now. They're both trying to confuse each other. Good right from De Jesus.
Yeah, one thing that I could see probably why De Jesus switched to a different stance is because he was getting a little bit of leeway or getting some points with that uppercut. So he figured if he switches to his strong hand, it could be a knockout. But this is a guy that's been in the ring a lot. He's only been stopped once.
I gave that round to De Jesus.
See some of the action in the last round.
So if DeJesus wins this next round, I have him winning the fight. If Griffin wins it, it'll be a draw. Big round coming up.
I want to see how these guys are going to handle it right now.
And look at the corner, and look at Griffin's corner. He's getting into his fighter. He knows how important this next round is. They're a little bit more calm in the other one.
Oh yeah,
but
Kuzma. Kuzma. He's gonna be in his face. I mean, he's just the most cleanest trainer we ever seen. But he's in his face. He's telling what he did and what he needs to do.
One of the things that I really noticed in that last round is how slick and clean some of those little short right hands and uppercuts were.
I believe I heard this could be an 8-round. I think this might be an 8-round fight. It's an 8-round fight, so this is round 6 scheduled for 8.
That's how, you see when he comes out, his corner is telling him to stand up instead of putting his head first. See, he's behind his punches. This is where you can have that reach advantage on your opponent. This is what he needs. But as you see later in the fight, that you're going to see Jesus. You're going to see Jesus maybe start getting a little tired, and his head's going to start leaning forward, as it's starting to do right now.
Double left from Griffin. As Mike Rogers has to make a little amendment to his scorecards.
Hey, I can do it on the fly.
Professional.
Right
Mike,
to the body from Griffin, left from DeJesus.
Mike, how long have you been in the boxing game?
Since 1975. Wow. I started boxing amateur back when it was with the AAU, and that was before we even had headgear and tank tops. We fought 3-round bouts. So I fought from 75 to 89 as an amateur, then fought pro from 97 to 2002. Had over 200 amateur fights, 27 pro fights.
You look a day over 35.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Hainsworth, on the other hand, he may have started the NFL in 1975.
I wasn't even born in 1975. I was born in 81.
So right to the body and a left from DeJesus. Carry the 2.
I started my old football career in 1987.
In the great old city of Hartsville, South Carolina.
Absolutely.
Have to get Hartsville in once a broadcast.
Yes. We have a lot of athletes out of Hartsville, South Carolina. I mean, just like we have Christy Martin here, who is the pioneer and the legend in women's boxing. We also had a legend professional basketball player in Pee Wee Johnson. Like Pee Wee Johnson, yes. She's from my hometown. I used to watch her play in high school.
DeJesus lands a right, flicking right hand from Griffin. We stroll down Hartsville, South Carolina's memory lane.
DeJesus is definitely picking up the pace here. He's taking control of the fight. He's walking his fighter down.
There's a good left hand against the ropes. End of round number 6, scheduled for 8.
So I have it 58-56 so far going into the 7th round. DeJesus is taking control again. And now Griffin seems to be he's being broken down, basically. And that's where we thought it was a 4-round bout. Yeah. And DeJesus is fighting like it's an 8-round bout.
I mean, maybe not so much being broken down, but DeJesus is figuring him out a little bit more.
I'd say that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But he's wearing down. How about I put that?
Yeah, no, for sure.
DeJesus is picking up an extra gear, and he's losing one.
Correct. Round 7, scheduled for 8. Elon DeJesus and Dominique Griffin. Locked in a very competitive battle here.
I would agree.
This is boxing.
It's good boxing, yeah. If Griffin can just bring back the old Griffin from the first couple of rounds, he has a chance to get back in this fight. But this is a very important round for him.
He's trying to peck away to begin the round number 7.
It just appears that DeJesus has more in the gas tank at this point.
Maybe that's why he was holding back a little bit, to make sure he had a second, third gear for round 7 and 8. Main event up next, Oliver McCall, Stacy Frazier. Good right hand. And another right from DeJesus. Couple uppercuts get through.
Now you could tell that's like one thing that his corner started telling him is like, hey, your opponent is coming down with his head down, like lift his head up. That's what started happening in round 5 or 4, where he started wanting to lift his head up.
I'm surprised the referee's letting him hold this much. I haven't seen this much holding since a square dance. I mean, he's literally, every time he moves in close, he just grabs him.
Kind of like the NFL.
I was going to say, they don't hold a lot in square dancing, do they?
I don't square dance, so I couldn't tell you. Two-step, maybe?
Because some body shots from Elon DeJesus. Yeah, Albert, they hold on every play in the NFL. Good action from DeJesus. A hard right, down goes Griffin. I could see Griffin, to steal your line from last round, starting to break down on the ropes. He gets up at 8. This would be a huge feather in the cap of Elon DeJesus. Could, if he stops, Dominique Griffin.
Be the first man to do it.
And one thing that was what was doing it was those body shots. Like DeJesus went to the body a few times, and that's what really like put Griffin down to the ground. Like I said, like a lot of guys, they want to hunt for the head. They want to get this pretty knockout, but they don't understand in boxing. You go to the body and you give a guy a great body shot, he's going down. I don't care how many muscles he has.
I'll tell you this, Alvin, is that now that we know how many rounds that are in here, I got to give it to DeJesus how methodical he has been in this bout. He knew what he had to do and when he had to do it.
Good 10-8 round for Elon DeJesus.
I think the crowd commented in, we need to see more rounds, so I think that's all we saw. Could be a beautiful thing starting here at Country Box.
Well, I got it 68-64 going into the 8th round. The only way Griffin can win this is by knockout at this particular point. But to Mark's point, it would be phenomenal. It would be a fantastic feather in his cap if he could stop Griffin somehow. And if you're looking at look at the demeanor of both corners, I would say there's a high possibility of it.
Round number 8, 8th and final round between Elon DeJesus in the black, blue, and silver. Dominique Griffin in the green and black. Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, Albert Hainsworth here at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee. Jimmy Adams Promotions, Country Box 25. As DeJesus comes out with a right and a left hook. Uppercut on the inside. Misses with the right hand.
DeJesus is just stalking him now. He's trying to cut off the ring. He's looking to land some heavy leather on him.
Well, if nothing else, I think that 7th round at least put some distance between DeJesus and Griffin.
Again, I wanted to see DeJesus come out and start hitting the body. You get him tired early, and then you can get him down.
Best fight of the night so far.
There's a right from DeJesus and a left.
I see some body shots right now from DeJesus on the ropes.
Yeah, a little left to the body. He got through a moment ago.
Anthony Bryant needs to take control of the ring, take control of the fight, not let him hug like that so much.
Let them box out. Go to the body. There we go.
Well, as long as they're trying to.
Yeah. What I want to see is the Jesus start going to the body here. Like when you get in close, you got to start going to the body.
Little jab from Griffin. Jab from De Jesus. Closing in on 1 minute to go in this fight between Elon De Jesus and Dominique Griffin.
De Jesus looks like he could have easily gone 10. One thing's for sure, Griffin is game.
So I say it's got to go to the body. That's what was working. That's what tired out Griffin.
See, on the clinch, De Jesus just jabbing away, or excuse me, stabbing away at that body with the right hand. Step over, uppercut misses from De Jesus.
This bout was a draw after 4 rounds. Now after 8, De Jesus is completely taken over and taking charge.
And a lot of times the more rounds go, the talent seems to take over.
Sure.
You know, the cream rises to the top, but Dominique Griffin put on a very good effort here tonight. Just wasn't good enough as he got dropped in round 7. Keeps his durability streak intact as we complete 8 rounds between Elon De Jesus and Dominique Griffin.
An amazing fight, great fight, but you saw how the talent took over. Me easily, I want to say that probably 6 rounds to 2 going to Jesus.
Yep, I got it 78-73 De Jesus.
So that's 6-2 plus a knockdown. So it's falls in line with Albert and Mike, kind of agree. See if the 3 judges agree.
We've seen crazier things.
See some of the action. There's the knockdown.
You know, and like the awesome thing, like Griffin was of course got knocked down in his corner, and he's listening to his his trainer saying, "Hey, what I need to do to survive this fight," and then he survived this fight like
That's
he
right.
should have.
That is right. It's always good to have a good corner. It can sometimes make or break you.
Which is one thing I thought that, you know, my champion, Mike Tyson, didn't have. I thought he had guys that, you know, MMA and kickboxing, all that stuff. I personally thought Mike Tyson could have easily won that fight. He had the power, but, you know, it was what it was.
Well, 8 rounds in the books. Let's get the decision from JT Conway.
All right, folks, that was an entertaining fight to say the least. Put your hands together for both of these great fighters. But only one can be the winner, and by unanimous decision, in the red corner, Elon De Jesus.
Jesus, 9-1, 2 draws. Dominique Griffin goes to 5-8-2.
But it's still never been stopped.
Next up, we will have our main event. Before that, our normal pre-fight pageantry that we have come to love here at Country Box with ultimately the Pledge of Allegiance with Addie Adams. We'll be back just after this. We are back here at the Troubadour Nashville, Tennessee. We are ready for our pre-fight pageantry. Let's throw to JT Conway.
All right, folks, it's main event time. First, entering the ring in the blue corner from Corpus Christi, Texas, please welcome Stacy, Frazier. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man you're all here to see entering the ring in the red corner from Nashville, Tennessee, Oliver McCall.
He's having an entrance.
The former heavyweight champion of the world, 59-year-old Oliver McCall.
Making history tonight.
Also setting a record.
Mike Rogers, take us by the tail of the tape.
Absolutely. You have Oliver McCall, 58 years old, 6'2", 251.2 pounds with a record of 59-14. Fighting Stacy Frazier, 52 years old, 6'5", 228.4, 16-22.
Let's go to ring announcer, JT Conway.
Tonight, folks, we want to introduce the promoter of this, the 25th edition of Country Box, Nashville's own promoter extraordinaire, and my friend, the one and only Jimmy Adams, along with his beautiful wife. Y'all put your hands together for Miss Ashley. Also, if you would, folks, go ahead and stand for me. We were going to be led tonight by the daughter of Jimmy and Ashley. My friend Addie is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. You ready, Addie? Let's do it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey! That's right. That deserves a dance. Hold on. How's it going like that? Hey! That deserves the dance right there. All right, guys. And now, you're in for a treat. For our national anthem, we have the daughter of one of Country Box's favorite boxers, Big Hurt, Kurt Harper's daughter, 15-year-old extraordinaire singer-songwriter, Vivian Vasquez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Wow. That's how you sing the national anthem right there. 15 years old, everybody. Keep it going. Vivian Vasquez. Wow. I got goosebumps. Hudson, you got goosebumps? Man. Well done, Vivian.
Well, I can't wait to get this fight on. As we saw the tail of the tape, you know, we have some older fighters here. And one thing I failed to mention, this is actually in Guinness
All
World
right,
Record
ladies
book.
and gentlemen, this
Yes.
is the main event of the evening. Scheduled for 4 rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by Jimmy Adams Promotions and Dr. David Roach Dentistry. Country Box also recognizes Clean Eats, providing meals for all the Country Box fighters signed to Jimmy Adams Promotions, and a heartfelt thanks to Will Russ, the owner. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a veteran of 38 fights. He weighed in at 228.4 pounds. He hails from Forest Park, GA. Please welcome Stacy Frazier. And in the red corner, weighing in at 251.2 pounds, when the bell rings, this fighter will set the world record for the oldest former heavyweight champion to fight in a sanctioned boxing match. This record will break the record set by Mike Tyson last Friday night. He won the WBC Heavyweight Championship 30 years ago, September 24th, 1994, knocking out Lennox Lewis in the second round. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce to you former WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall.
All right, gentlemen. Trunks look good. You got your instructions in the back. Listen to my commands all the time. Protect yourself all the time. Touch gloves. Go back to the corner and let it go.
Here we go.
4 rounds, heavyweight. Oliver McCall, 59-14, 38 knockouts. He's in the black and red. Stacy Frazier, 16-22, 15 knockouts. He's in the dark blue trunks. Mark Abrams, Mike Rogers, 2-time NFL All-Pro Albert Hainsworth. We are at the Troubadour, Nashville, Tennessee, and we're about to make history, guys.
You know, the irony in Oliver McCall breaking Mike Tyson's record is he used to be his Mike Tyson's chief sparring partner and even knocked him down in sparring one time.
Sure
so,
did.
Yeah, so this is kind of ironic that he's the one breaking his record.
See Frazier take a chance at landing a right hand. McCall has been pretty active. I know he hasn't fought in a few years, but in the past 20 years, if you want to compare it to what Tyson did, Tyson had no fights. McCall's fought 25 times as he misses a right hand.
Well, you know, Frazier hasn't been very active either. He's only fought once in the last 7 years, and he got knocked out in the first round by Sherman Williams. So, I mean, he's been out for a little minute, out for a bit himself.
You know, that's one thing, like, when we get to older fighters, like, one thing that never leaves them is their strength.
The power is the last to go.
Old man strength. That's a real deal.
Is a right from Frazier. Another right from Frazier.
You know, that's one thing that Frazier wants to do is, like, try to keep Oliver McCall off of him. Because he already know, I mean, this is a good 25 pounds on him where, you know, Oliver McCall can, you know, load up in one punch and end this.
Frazier sneaks in another right hand.
But McCall's never been off his feet in all the pro fights he's ever had, and in the sparring, and I mean he's been in some of the biggest names in all of boxing. He's never once been knocked down.
Frazier's got a good game plan, at least to start, just to just to keep some punches in the face of McCall. There's a jab from McCall.
You know, the one thing that, like, what Frazier said is he's still kind of, like, active. You know, he does a lot of security and bodyguard work. I mean, he's a 6'5" guy that used to be, you know, or is a professional fighter. So he's been in the action. I mean, it's not boxing, but he's been in the action. So he knows what his opponent can do and how he needs to, like, stay away from him.
Well, and that's a good game plan, too, because it's working. Oliver McCall is having a hard time pulling the trigger. He sees what he needs to do, but he doesn't have the reflexes to do it. We saw this last Friday as well.
Right hand from Frazier again. Another right from Frazier. McCall lands a right to the top of the head, and down goes Frazier.
You've been wanting to say that your entire life.
You know what? I didn't mean what I didn't think about it, but it fits. McCall fakes with the right hand. Another right hand that Frazier takes. Back to the jab for Stacy Frazier. Frazier was winning the first round until a right hand landed and sent him to the canvas.
Big round for McCall.
Let's see what happened, Mike. It was a little chopping right to the top of the head, it looked like.
Yeah.
It is, and that's it. I mean, that's a lot of power coming in.
It was one of those ollie anchor punches.
I mean, that was probably like the cleanest punch he landed. It was to the back of the head, what most people wouldn't count.
That may be the only punch he landed for sure.
Yeah.
But it mattered.
McCall, who told me wants to do this for another year. I don't know how many fights that constitutes. He wants to make sure he gets to 40 years as a professional fighter and then settle in. He's been working with a lot of the country box fighters in the gym with Stephen Grant and Nettles. You know, we mentioned the Cuban contingent. He's been really helping them a lot in the gym. And he wants to go into that full-time, maybe manage some fighters and work with Jimmy Adams, who was his former manager.
You know, the difference between this fight and what we saw last Friday, too, is these are 3-minute rounds.
Yes.
So they're going, and even though they're doing 4 rounds, they're going to be doing more boxing than they did in that 8-round bout. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah. Isn't that right? No, it's not right.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
We get the point, though.
Yeah, I get it.
It was a right hand from Frazier. We've actually already seen more action than we did on last Friday night.
I probably should have did more math classes than sparring sessions.
Yeah, I take back what I said, who might argue your math. But there's already been more action, so we get what you're saying.
Right.
There's a jab from McCall, a hard right hand to the jaw. Fight really starting to break out here in round 2. Frazier goes to the canvas again. And he's caught in between the ropes. And he tries to push himself up with the ropes, and he gets up. McCall is close to 2 minutes to try to end this thing now.
He got a bigger, stronger fighter.
McCall ducks under the right to the body.
And one thing that, like...
And then throws Frazier down to the canvas. Frazier, at a young compared to McCall, 54, is in no hurry to get to his feet.
McCall's 59.
That's what I'm saying. Frazier, a young compared to McCall.
Oh, I thought you said 54.
Yeah, Frazier, young 54. He's the young guy in the ring.
Oh, I thought Frazier was 38.
Hard right hand from McCall.
I didn't realize he was 54.
Well, that's probably why maybe Oliver McCall thought he was 38, because that's why he was sizing me up of a number of times that I met him.
Jab from McCall. Frazier trying to land a right from distance.
Yeah, like definitely like Frazier, he's going to have to go back to his boxing and, trying to keep Oliver off of him.
Oh, he went down again with that big clubbing right hand.
Clubbing right, and Frazier hits the canvas again.
Yeah, Frazier's gassed right now.
Terribly. He's wanting to phone a friend.
Yeah,
he's out.
And this fight is over. Score the second round stoppage.
And again, this is what should have happened
for Oliver McCall.
That's what should have happened in the Tyson fight.
Welcome back. And, beside everything, we're talking about the historic, there's a good right to the side of the jaw. Significant that it's win number 60 for Oliver McCall.
Amazing.
Against 14 losses and now 39 knockouts.
It was right. I mean, it was right. And then they also switched corners.
So not only did he break the record, he also got the win.
And switched corners.
And guess what? I don't think, like we said, he wants to do this for another year. So this isn't just to break the record and go home. We're going to see a little bit more of Oliver McCall, I would imagine, in the coming months.
Man, to us, he said he wanted to call out all the old greats. He wanted to call out Mike Tyson. He wanted to call out.
I'll tell you what, Tyson left the door. As much as how not great Mike Tyson looked or didn't look on Friday night, they asked him, "You done?" He's like, "I don't know." So. Well, that kind of left the door at least a millimeter ajar for something like that.
That fight, it didn't count against Tyson's record.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Oh, it counted against his record. Well, because I don't see Jake Paul as a real contender. I don't see him being somebody that's going to go far in the sport. I think he's a YouTuber that wants to show up. Hey, I think if you get Mike Tyson in with how you got in with Roy Jones Jr., I think he will really fight.
Well, tonight ain't about Jake Paul or Mike Tyson. Tonight is the night about Oliver McCall as he scores a second round stoppage. And with the time, let's throw to JT Conway.
All right, folks, let's hear it for the Atomic Bull at 2 minutes, 45 seconds of the second round by TKO. Oliver, the Atomic Bull, McCall. Mr. McCall, you got a second? Hey, how does it feel to have just set the world record? You only let Mike Tyson have it for 4 days, man.
Well, in actuality, it's a bigger record because I'm the first guy who ever knocked down the youngest heavyweight champion of the world, which is Mike Tyson. And now I'm the oldest guy to fight and win and that had a heavyweight champion. So it's a blessing. And
that's really cool. Hey, you bookended things. You bookended things nice, Mr. McCall. Let me ask you, do you think we're going to see you fight again? Was this it? Or do you think we'll see you fight again? You look great in there.
Well, next fight, I'm going to be about 10 pounds lighter. So you're going to see a lot bit more technique. And I can punch. I could definitely punch. My defense is pretty decent. But I'm going to lose about 10 more pounds, and I'm ready for anybody. Oh, I knocked Jake Paul out.
Jake Paul, where you at? Bring on Jake Paul. You're going to lose him 10 pounds and make Jake Paul lose.
And I want to whoop Logan Paul, too. I think he knocked out Robinson, the basketball player, which was I was a great fan of Robinson. So,
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, Nate Robinson. So I was a basketball fan before I even started boxing. So I want to get revenge for Nate Robinson and then Mike Tyson, of what he done with Mike Tyson. That would be awesome.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul, you heard it. You can get it right here. The Atomic Bull, everyone. Oliver McCall.
There you have it, Oliver McCall.
Folks, we're not done tonight. Give it up one more time for an incredible band. Y'all have been we missed out on you, man, because there have been so many fights. But we're ready for some more. Justin Andrews.
Thank you, everyone, and good night from Nashville. We'll see you on December 3rd for Country Box 26. For Albert Hainsworth and Mike Rogers, I'm Mark Cameron. Listen to Justin Andrews, and good night from Nashville.
I ain't no stranger to that broken heart-shaped blues. Well, I know it when I see it, 'cause I've been there too. And I ain't no doctor, but I'd say you're showing signs. that you're holding on to something that's been holding on to you for a while. So here's what I'll describe. It's gonna take 2 margaritas, 3 songs on that old jukebox. Yeah, I know what you need. A dash of something sweet, then a little cut loose on that dance floor. All you gotta do is hold on tight. That's what you're looking for. Then I got the cure for them lonely eyes. They sure are something underneath these neon lights. So let's make them sparkle out on that hardwood night. But it's gonna take 2 margaritas, 3 songs on that old jukebox. Yeah, I know what you need. A dash of something sweet, the little cut loose on that dance floor. All you gotta do is hold on tight. That's what you're looking for. Then I got the cure for them lonely eyes. But it's gonna take 2 margaritas, 3 songs on that old jukebox. Yeah, I know what you need. A dash of something sweet, a little cut loose on that dance floor. All you gotta do is hold on tight. That's what you're looking for. And I got the cure for them lonely eyes. Yeah, if that's what you're looking for, then I got the cure for them lonely eyes. That's one of ours called Lonely Eyes, y'all. Thank you very much. I saw the light, I was baptized by the fire you touch and a flame in your eyes. I'm born in love again, I'm a brand new man. Yeah, the whole town's talking about the line I've been walking and leads right to your door. Oh, how I used to roam. I was a rolling stone. Yeah, I used to have a wild side. They say a country mile wide. I'd burn those beer joints down. That's all changed now. You turned my life around. Yeah, I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire you touch and a flame in your eyes. I'm born in love again. I'm a brand new man. I used to love my freedom. Y'all like brag about my freedom. And no one could tie me down. Then I met so much. It's a long way to Richmond, rolling north on 95, with a redhead riding shotgun and a pistol by my side. It's tearing down that highway like a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. We made out a truck stop, Johnson City, Tennessee. I was gassing up my Firebird when I heard her calling me. Said, which way are you headed, boy? And do you need some company? She had me stopping at a quick mart before we made it out of town. And then say she was running at me, telling me lay that hammer down. Here's a man right behind me, doing his best to slow me down. It's a long way to Richmond, rolling north on 95, with a redhead riding shotgun and a pistol by my side. It's tearing down that highway like a modern day Bonnie and Clyde. Come on, play me a little bit over there, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. Thank you so much, Country Box. I'm Justin Andrews with Neon Nights. Mr. Michael Martin on the guitar, Miss Becca Siegel on the fiddle, Kevin Campbell on the bass, Mr. Mike Rice back there. I'm Justin Andrews. We will see y'all next time. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, fighters. Thank you so much, Jimmy.